What Lonzo Thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts are unsolicited, and I don't care. And I'm back with my priNCE Deep Dive series. If you've been listening, you know exactly what's been going on. I'm actually doing a deep dive into my favorite song from each priNCE record. And the caveat being that if I was going to leave the planet with never to return, can only take one song from each priNCE record to make a playlist to listen to for the rest of my life, I am picking those songs and doing a brief deep dive into why I am picking that particular song to take with me into the great unknown, like David Bowie and Space Oddity, floating out in space all by myself for eternity. Ground control and Major Tom. Why am I talking about David Bowie? Okay, that's for a whole different subject. All right, back on track. All right, as I said before, I'm picking the best song from each priNCE record. Well, not the best song, my favorite song from each priNCE record that I would play, put on my perpetual playlist for the rest of my days. All right, so that being said, the last album we did was the Black Album, and the next one we're doing is Lovesexy. And as we well know, the Black Album actually got released in 1994, years after Lovesexy was released. But however, the Black Album was intended to be released after Sign of the Times and before Lovesexy. But he replaced the Black Album with Lovesexy. Lovesexy is a more spiritual and positive album, whereas he deemed the Black Album to be dark, black, and sexy. Not sexy, evil, dark and evil. not dark, black, and sexy. Dark and evil. So at the last minute, of course, he pulled the Black Album and went with Lovesexy. So that being said, my favorite song from Lovesexy that I would take with me from, you know what? I just thought of something. The Lovesexy record was all one track. So you can't really pick a track from Lovesexy because it's all one song. It's all one track theoretically, even though it's kind of strange. But anyone who remembers Lovesexy the CD, you couldn't skip tracks because it was all just one track, which I thought was ingenious. So if you listen to the record, you listen to the whole thing as one cohesive work of art versus being able to skip tracks. Anyways, but there are separate songs. So the song that I choose from Lovesexy is Anastasia. Now Anastasia is once again one of my favorite priNCE songs of all time. It definitely ranks in the top 10 as well, probably in the top 5. It's a beautiful song, just a magnificent spiritual type of a song. It's not a gospel type song, but he's digging deep into his spiritual side in this particular song. The melody is the thing that really gets me. The melody, the vocals, and the arrangement. I say that a lot about priNCE's music, but this particular song, the melody and the lyrics and the arrangement once again are top notch and what really grabs me. And that's the thing when it comes to listening to priNCE is that, and I said this in a previous show, is that his music just so tight and so well produced and so well put together. This dude really knew how to put a song together. He could better than anyone. And Lovesexy is definitely an album where he really was at the apex of his powers, and Anastasia is a great example of that. Once again, it starts out with this piano, and the song just builds to a crescendo, and by the time you get to the end of the song, you're like you're jamming with it, you're clapping, you're standing up, you're stomping your feet, you're doing whatever. But it starts off really, really slow and melancholy and just builds to this positivity at the very end, because he's talking about things like suicide and obviously death in the afterlife, and loving God and accepting God. And like I said, it's not a gospel song, but it just has spiritual overtones. And you're gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need a little uplifting every once in a while I'm out there floating in space all alone. Um, so it definitely is a song that that would deserve to be on that playlist. And my favorite part of the song, and is how his voice gets deeper and deeper, and near the very end of it, once again, there's great guitar in the song as well. When he goes into the chorus in his deep voice, Anastasia, come to me, talk to me, ravish me. I just love the way he just kind of changes his voice up, and he does that a lot, in during the Lovesexy record. But I love the way that he did it with Anastasia, and it's a great song live as well. It's a magnificent song live, and I had the privilege of hearing him do it live, and it just totally blew the roof off the place. And I think I've said this before. Like, Dorothy Parker is my favorite song of all time, of any song ever in the history of mankind. So therefore, it's also my favorite Prince song of all time. But one of the things about Dorothy Parker is a song that I didn't like live. I don't like it live because that dark, murky sound of Dorothy Parker really can't be replicated. And that is what I love. One of the things I love so much about the song. Whereas live is more of a jazzy interlude type of a song where he's like we got Sonny T on the bass and Shirley E on the drums, so on and so forth. Whereas with what I'm talking about with Anastasia, you don't get that kind of a feel from it. Is once again, it's more straightforward in its in the way that he performs it live versus it being more of a medley when he does Dorothy Parker. But Dorothy Parker is my favorite song of all time, period. But it's just not my favorite Prince song live. And whereas Anastasia might be my favorite Prince song live. Once again, and when it comes to Lovesexy, for a long time, Lovesexy was my favorite Prince album. Not the best Prince. It's not the best Prince album, but it's my favorite Prince album. And the reason why is that, and I've said this in my Lovesexy review, is that when Lovesexy came out, I was in love. I started dating someone that I was very, very enamored with, deeply in love with, and it kind of coincided with Lovesexy. So for the longest time, Lovesexy was my favorite album because it always take me back to a time in my life where I was so happy. I was in this this deep relationship with this girl, and it just kind of reminded me of that. But now obviously that's many, many, many years ago. So, but Lovesexy still has that fondness in the place of my heart because it just reminds me of a time when I was just so happy. Whereas, of course, 1999 is my favorite album of all time. I think it's a perfect album, and for different reasons. Anyways, back to the matter. Once again, Anastasia is just, once again, it's really hard to define, and it's definitely an acquired taste. The layperson is not going to get this song. They're not going to like it because, once again, it's Prince being, his eclectic self and really challenging you with his music. I mean, through the lyrics, just for example, Gregory looks just like a ghost, and then a beautiful girl the most. What's her lips to say? We could live for a little while if you just learn to smile. You and I could fly away. So, I mean, stuff like that. That's not a pop song. That's something that's gonna challenge you and force you to think and really see the song in a visual sense. And I've said it before. Once again, I keep comparing Anastasia to Dorothy Parker, whereas I said that Dorothy Parker is the most visual song I've ever heard. Anastasia is just as visual, and you can kind of it's a breezy song, it's a light song, it's a positive song, it's an uplifting song. So when you visualize it, you visualize it in a more positive sense, so to speak. And it's just a beautiful title, beautiful song, very well made, and it definitely would be needed on my long trip through the outer reaches of the outer rim, so to speak. So, am I right? Is Lovesexy? I keep saying Lovesexy. Is Anastasia as great of a song as I say it is? Is it a song? This damn dog, Sparky, shut up. It's not even my damn dog making that damn noise. And I'm trying to record over here, but I'm not gonna start over, and I'm not gonna edit it out. So I gotta just put up with it. Sparky. uh, I ordered takeout, Chinese takeout, and I think the takeout just arrived and they rang the doorbell. So whenever the doorbell rings, Sparky loses his mind. So shut up, Sparky. Shut up. I am way off the rails. What do you think about Lovesexy? Damn it, I did it again. What do you think about Anastasia? Is it the best song on the Lovesexy LP, or what is your favorite song from Lovesexy? If you were on a desert island or floating through space, would you need the positivity of Anastasia as well? And is this one of my shittiest deep dives ever? Because I've been all over the place just talking about shit that has nothing to do with anything. So I apologize for that. So please parse what you want from this particular show and leave all the dumb shit somewhere else. So if you want to recut it, you have my permission as well. So what do you think about Anastasia? Is it your favorite song? Do you hate it? Why do you hate it? If you love it, why do you love it? What is it about this song that moves you? And am I right to have it on my playlist? So, with that, subscribe. Sign up for notifications. I need subscribers. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the comments. Everybody's really loving my deep dive series, so I'm going to keep doing it. So once again, thank you so much for all of your support. And continue to support me. And I need subscriptions. So anybody you see in the street, tell them to subscribe. And don't just tell them. Just stand there with them. Make sure they do it. I don't care if you're in the line at the supermarket. Make sure they do it. All right, I'm tripping. I'm about to go eat me some Chinese. I ordered what did I order? Pepper steak and shrimp fried rice with egg rolls. So I'm about to get businessy, knee deep in this. So that being said, tell me what you think about Anastasia, because you just heard what Lonzo thinks. Bye.